Liam, now we're alive. Now we are live.
Okay, I was going to say
we are live, but we are not. So now we are live, and let's wait for people to join us.
Here we go.
I'm going to send SMS. Just 1 second. Here we go. Technology is working, so I just send SMS to whoever, and I can see people joining us. Welcome everyone to our live stream. Liam, I can see you dancing. You are pumped. How are you, man?
I'm sweating. I'm really sweating, and the dancing is not helping.
You know what? It's rainy here. It's like pouring rain, and the weather is crap. But doesn't matter. Nothing's going to stop us. Let's just wait for more people to arrive, and we will begin. So it's 3 p.m. now. We're not gonna wait. I can see people started joining us, guys. If you can hear us or can see us, please let us know in comments, and we should be ready to go.
Honestly, tell us where you're tuning in from. Like, I want to know: are you in the wet old Melbourne? Are you in sunny Sydney, hot Queensland, I don't know. I ran out of acronyms for places, unfortunately. But hey, where are you tuning in from?
I am in Melbourne. Liam is in Newcastle.
Actually, I'm in the International Space Station, Dimitri.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. No. I can see green light behind you, so it's like alien environment. Excellent.
You know what? You should just boot me out of this. Get me out of here.
Okay, look, the plan for today is to not go over 30 minutes, around that mark. We'll see how we go. And what I'm going to do today is, based on our customer inquiries and the requests, and a lot of customers actually requested in the last few days how to extract information from credit reports and bank statements, and how to use this information effectively in their business. And Mystro makes it really, really easy. As you guys know, with Mystro, we can analyze pretty much any kind of document, and not just analyze. We can extract information from documents, including bank statements and credit reports, and we can do something with this information. So either we're just going to show it somewhere, or create some rules, create some decision rules, whatever we want to do. The point is, Mystro makes it extremely easy for people to do it. Previously, Liam, if you know, if someone wants to have this kind of technology, they had to pay developers, they had to, invest a lot of money creating the technology, and not just creating technology, but also maintaining it. And usually these kind of systems and technologies used to be available only for large corporations and large companies with large budgets. Mystro changes it. With Mystro, you can easily create workflows similar to what I'm going to show you today, and deploy it live in your business pretty much in a couple of hours. You don't have to create it, by the way. We can create it for you, but we have tools and processes in place, so you can actually log into Mystro and you can create it yourself. Really simple, really easy, but it gives you so much flexibility. And the best part is you don't have to follow someone else's rules. You can create your own rules, your own processes inside of your company, and be happy. How about that?
And this is just a taste. I mean, Dimitri, I had this thought the other week, and it was like, when people see what we're doing, with the tech that we're putting together, it's almost like you've got to squint a little bit, because what we're doing now is not the big picture. It's like, it's entry level, it's blowing the market. But like, if you look in 12 months time, 24 months time, what we're doing now versus then, it's just going to be mind-blowing. It's just going to be completely different. So hopefully what we actually show now is kind of like get the seed sown, in terms of, if you can do that, maybe you could do this. Like have a think about how this fits into your business, because just because we're doing one way doesn't mean you have to do the same way. So I'm keen to jump in, actually demonstrate.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mystro allows people to actually do it different way. It's like this playground where you can create your own creations and use it for your business. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to share my screen. And here we go. So this is my screen, and this is Mystro. This is my demo account. I used this account during our last presentation last week. And I'm going to continue using it for this presentation. Now, what I'm going to show you before I can actually jump into the workflow itself, I'm going to show you end result, like what we're trying to achieve in this demonstration. So this is like one of the applications that I've created earlier with today. By the way, I didn't test it a lot. I just created it quickly, ran a couple of tests, and just one test really, and that's pretty much it. But what it is, it's a pre-qualification form for car finance. Now, the same can be applied for mortgages, of course, because Mystro, as you know, it's an application builder, so we can create workflows for mortgages, for car finance, for business finance, for insurance, for financial advisors, like for whatever requirements are, we can make it happen.
And just to touch on that, Dimitri, the only limitation that we have is who trains or who tells the AI what to do, right? So you need to have an understanding of what you're doing. If you really understand the dealership, you know, you're in sales for cars, etc., and you understand that, and you want to use this in that industry. Yeah, you could do that. We just obviously have a particular expertise in a particular area, but we're not limited by an area. It's just the expertise that the person putting it together can apply to the situation.
Yeah, that's right. And look, this is just a preview. This is just a very, very high-level overview of what's possible and what technology is available right now. But, you can expand on this, or we can schedule a one-on-one call and maybe sit down and brainstorm your workflow, your ideas, and see how we can implement it in Mystro. But pretty much a lot of use cases can be covered pretty easily. So in this case, what I've done, I've created a simple client onboarding workflow, which is essentially pre-qualification. It's not entire fact find. This is just a qualification form. And once it's completed, in live environment, in production environment, Mystro can pull in credit reports, and it can also allow customers to upload bank statements using CashDeck or Ilion. In our test, we are not going to obviously run live credit checks or download live bank statements. Instead, I've prepared sample credit report and sample bank statements that we're going to be using as a test case. And when client finishes uploading completing the form, we'll ask them to upload bank statement credit report. Obviously, in real life scenario, we're not going to do that because we can run credit check automatically in the background. So, for example, as soon as someone completes fact form and signs all privacy documents, we can run credit check and we can analyze it and display data somewhere here. So in this particular case, I've just extracted some sample information from credit report to put it as a comment. And also I've extracted a couple of bank statement items, such as their monthly wages, number of disowners, and if they have gambling expenditure. But we can expand on that. We can extract pretty much any information that we want, and then we can do something with this information. So I've got automations already created. They're kind of half done. So I'll show you what they look like, and then we'll work on them together and maybe do something with this data. So for example, if we say, hey, the customer has 3 disowners, maybe in this case, we're going to tag them as disqualified or tag them as qualified for whatever, scenario, or maybe we can move the deal to another another folder and, start a new workflow. But we'll try to keep it simple. Sean is asking, do you need to have a specific Equifax account to allow credit checks? So you just need to have standard Equifax account and perform credit checks. So you don't need to have anything special. In terms of credit checks, so if I click on credit report now here, and if I click get report, so we have a couple of reports type that you can request: consumer, and commercial. and you can specify scorecard. You can do VEDA or one score. So it's pretty much standard credit report functionality that you can start utilizing. So you can request reports manually, or you can do it automatically.
Do you mind if I just quickly add to that, Dimitri?
Sure.
Just to make sure that this is really clear, you do need to have a Equifax account linked to your business. You can't use like an account that maybe the banks provide or someone else provides you access. It needs to be your Equifax account. Well, I don't know if you know this, Dimitri, but Equifax connections are now becoming so much more prevalent because previously brokers had access to like Macquarie and a bunch of other banks would just allow for free reports. They've stopped it. Or they've put it later in the process. Yeah, they've stopped it. So now I reckon in the last 2 weeks I've had like maybe 4 different chats with people looking to connect Equifax because them being able to do it before for free is not an option anymore. So, and of course, having this data is so important. So I reckon people utilizing Equifax with Mystro is actually just going to skyrocket over the next probably couple of months. So this is really relevant what we're talking about.
Yeah. Here we go. I just found out Macquarie has stopped it. Everyone was so excited about Macquarie free checks, and all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. I'm so sorry, guys, but that's life, What can we do?
Well, we can provide a better solution. Well, maybe not a solution that's as cheap, but simpler and more powerful.
Yep. And maybe in the future, we can make it cheaper. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, so this is this is kind of the final result. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to request a lead information form or pre-qualification form from a client. As you guys know, there are different ways I can do it. I could just simply send SMS to Mystro and send application to Dimitri, and Mystro will handle it. Or I can put a link on a website where someone can click on the link and go through the process. In this case, I'm going to click plus. I'm going to select car finance consumer because this is the only application type I have this in this account. Obviously, I could have mortgage pre-qualification form, or I can have pretty much any other pre-qualification form created. So if you need to create any kind of form specifically for your use case, for your business, please let us know and we'll make it happen. And I'm going to click create. So the client will receive email and SMS. The email will come from you, so you can connect your email account, obviously, and SMS will come from a number that you can provision in Mystro specifically for your business. So once you have a number in Mystro, this number will be used for all communications to your clients, like for all SMSs, for reminders, for anything. And client can also reply to that number, and you can send them follow-up SMSs if you wish to, either automatically or manually. So we have tools for that. Okay, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump as a client, and this is the URL. By the way, if you notice, the URL is also white labeled. So right now it says apply.loansms.com.au. Now, Loan SMS is a fictional loan company or finance company that we've created specifically, to do these demos. And I'm going to authenticate with my phone number. Now, if you put this form on your website, for example, then people don't have to authenticate because the form is not secured at that point. So people will just click on a link on your website, and they will go straight into the form, into this form. But if you request the form using Mystro interface, then obviously people will authenticate. The reason for that is before requesting information from clients, you can actually pre-fill the form with customer data. And we need to protect it. So we need to make sure that the person who tries to use the form is actual person who is authorized to do so. So this is going to be very, very quick pre-qualification form. I'm going to click car. That's what I want to buy, 2024. And I want to buy it from dealership. By the way, as soon as form is started, we triggered another process that will start sending us reminders. So if I stop for some reason during this process, I will receive a reminder. And the reminders can be set up in different ways. So we can send reminders every day or every 3 days, or we can send reminders every 5 minutes, or we can wait 5 minutes, send the reminder, then wait half an hour, then send another reminder, and then wait maybe another day and send another reminder.
You know what, Dimitri? I think everyone that did your test last week is so appreciative of how frequent your SMS reminders were.
Yes, I'm grateful.
But I asked it to stop, and it stopped. How good? How good's that?
Yeah, exactly. So if client gets annoyed by reminders, they can just send SMS, say, hey, please don't annoy me. I will do it tomorrow. And the reminders will be stopped. And you will also get notified, by the way, that, we've paused the reminders. And because customer requested it, and that's it, So we're not going to annoy client. We're going to provide amazing, outstanding customer experience. And they will appreciate it a lot. So this is the last screen I have on this form. This is a declaration screen where I declare my finances are correct, whatever the declaration is. And here I've got the chance to book an appointment. That's what I'm going to do. So right now, this link is linked to my Calendly. So I'm going to book an appointment with myself because I like kind of having meetings with myself.
Well, this is the only way that you actually get you time, right, Dimitri?
Yep, that's the only way. And the last task on the form is privacy policy. The reason we need privacy policy, obviously, because we want to run credit check. Now, in real life scenario, when they sign privacy policy, we can run credit check automatically. Like we don't have to manually go in and press button and run credit check, or we can just disable automatic credit checks and run it manually. In this case, it's going to be manual, obviously, because we don't want to do automatic requests. And now the form is submitted, and the document checklist is generated automatically based on what client said in their profile. In this case, this is just a pre-qualification form. So we're just asking for just a bunch of documents that we need from them, such as their ID, driver's license, and Medicare card. Now, remember in the beginning of this presentation, I said that we're going to ask client to upload Equifax credit report and bank statements. In real life scenario, you're not going to do that. So you're not going to ask them to upload bank credit reports because it will be run, or you can do it manually and you can automatically download it from Equifax. Same with bank statements. In real case scenario, there will be another button where they can connect their bank account and we can download bank statements. And as soon as bank statements downloaded and credit reports downloaded, we can start doing all this magic. So what I'll do, I'll upload sample credit report. So I have sample credit report. This credit report is provided by Equifax. So this is not a real person. This is just for testing. And sample bank statements. And maybe, just maybe, I will upload my, that's it. That's enough. So we're not going to upload driver's license because obviously, when someone uploads the driver's license, we can extract driver's license information and we can present it, to a broker, and we can do all kind of validations. For example, we can validate whether the name is correct or the address is correct, or if there are any discrepancies, and we can flag it so you guys can pick it up and, do your thing. But now we just uploaded these two documents, and I'm going to switch to Mystro, and I'm going to refresh this application, obviously. So as you can see, we have application form, which is 100% complete. And if I click documents, we will see that we have credit report, which is already validated. So with Mystro, we can validate documents. So the document has to be validated before we can actually perform any analysis. The reason for that is we need to ensure that the document they've uploaded is actually credit report. So for example, in credit report or maybe driver's license, they can upload some picture, some funny picture or some unrelated document. So before we perform any analysis, we need to ensure that the document is actually Equifax credit report. And same with bank statements. As you can see, the bank statement has just validated and passed. And that ensures that the document they've uploaded is actual bank statement. So it just gives you extra reassurance. the documents are correct. Now, we also rename documents. So in this case, we don't have any, fancy naming conventions, but in Mystro, you can actually set it up the way you want to rename documents. So I could say, instead of naming the document Equifax, I could say name it, customer name, career report, and maybe report type, or maybe include a score in their report. Like, it's all possible. So it's pretty cool. And same with bank statements. So we can rename pretty much any document. Okay, so now the document uploaded. And if I click summary, what I will see here, that we've extracted information from these documents. I'll show you in a second how we actually do it. But I've actually specified and I instructed our, here we go. How do you do that? I'm going to show you in a second. It's magic. So we can actually specify, we can tell Mystro what information we want to extract from any document, including bank statements and career report. And once we have that information, then we can do certain things. For example, we can create rules. We can say if someone has 5 defaults or even 1 default, that means the customer is not qualified, or maybe they are, special. How do you call that? Special customers? Is it non-conforming? Non-conforming loan or something like that?
Wait, you're considering special customers non-conforming? I thought they were VIPs.
Non-conforming VIPs. Look, usually VIPs are non-conforming because they have weird structures. And
they've got some interesting workarounds. Yes,
workarounds. Yes.
I actually had a use case today that I thought was really cool. Even if a client says that they're only PAYG and they upload their credit report, we could actually ask the AI to add a tag, which is self-employed, if they have a directorship.
Yeah, here we go. So if they have directorship from their file, here we go. Here we have, if you look at this note, just give me a second. One of the parameters that we extracted from credit report is disqualified directorship. But there are other parameters or other values that we can pull in from the report. And if they have directorship, we can say, hey, by the way, there is a directorship.
Honestly, you can kind of it's you can really get fine tuned on this.
Yeah. So now let's go to exciting stuff. How did we actually do it? So what we do in Mystro is, or what we have in Mystro, we have automations. Now, these automations are designed to perform different tasks. Whether you want to send reminders, whether you want to have marketing sequence, whether you want to move deals from one folder to another based on certain criteria. So, for example, if client wants to borrow $5 million, then we can run automation and we can say this client is a VIP client. So what Liam just suggested, we can add a tag with VIP. Easy. Now, these automations can also be used to extract documents. So when we validate, remember in our what I just showed you, when they upload a document, we classify this document and we make sure the document is actually of correct type. So I've created 2 automations. One automation, Equifax, and another automation, bank statement. And if I open this up, let's just open it up. So this is our automation. And the trigger for automation is, it will be triggered when document is classified and classification type is Equifax. So Mystro will determine classification type. And these are all configurable and defined. And in this case, if qualification type is Equifax, all I'm doing, I'm instructing AI and I'm telling it what to do. And in this case, I said, extract the following information from the report in the following format. And just gave them a format, and that's it. It extracted all information that I've asked them to extract. And then I simply edit this data or this information to a file node. That's it. So I'm in full control what I want to do with this data, how I want to show it. And I'll show you later on how we can actually pre-populate forms or create tags or whatever whatever we want to do based on that information. And exactly the same thing I've done with bank statements. So we have bank statements automation, and the trigger for the automation is bank statement. So when document is classified, classification is bank statement, and then I simply say extract the full information from bank statements in the following format. So I'm actually instructing AI to extract this information, and I'm telling it what to do. So I might want to say extract everything, or give me specific data that I'm looking for. Does it make sense? So it's pretty straightforward, and it's very, very easy to do. And once data is yep.
All I was going to say is, to be honest, it's kind of like just how if like Dimitri, if you were asking me to look at this document, how would you ask me to do it to get a really good result? Just give me some specifics. Give me very clear constraints to work with, and then me, like your little AI assistant, can do the job. So it's very much human language that you're wanting to utilize. Yeah.
We want our customers to think of Mystro as their assistant rather than some kind of a software or CRM, some kind of soulless system. We wanted to make it live. We wanted to make it useful. So you can actually tell Mystro what you want to do, and Mystro does it. And look, once we have this data, we can perform all kinds of things. So what I want to do is I want to jump back into application, and let's decide what we want to do. So we have this information that we've extracted. Let's do this. Let's say if customer has, let's say if the comprehensive score greater than, I don't know, 700, we can make them qualified. So let's make it simple, right? Let's not go overboard. Or maybe we can use gambling expenditure. We can say if they're a gambler, let's make them disqualified. But looks like these guys are just $21, so it's not a problem. But in this case, I'm just going to use score. So let's do comprehensive score. So this is what we're going to be using. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to extract this score, and I'm going to populate this value. So in Mystro, you create custom fields, and you can automatically populate them with anything. So in this case, we're going to populate it automatically with their credit score. So next time, as soon as everything's complete, you can just open up a deal, and you can see their credit score. You can see loan information. You might want to create other variables that is important to you, such as maybe their date of birth, or their, how many credit inquiries they had in the last, 12 months or whatever. But we're going to be using comprehensive score. So, and we're going to populate credit score here. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to go to my automation. I'm going to find Equifax automation, and I'm going to do some addition to this automation. So at this stage, we've extracted data, and it's available at this variable. Essentially, we named it Equifax report, so we can reuse it. So I can create another variable, and I can say this variable will be credit score. Okay, and I'm going to say credit report information. So and I'm going to insert Equifax.
Document contents.
Yep. Equifax report. So this is a report that we're using. We're just using this. We're not gonna analyze document. We already have it. And maybe here, I'm going to say extract comprehensive score. So let me just copy this, and I'm going to put here extract comprehensive score from. That's it. So as Liam said before, we can just give instructions like you talking to someone else, and you just keep it short and sweet. And in this case, we're going to extract comprehensive score, and let's just make it in as that's it. That's pretty much all we need. And what I'll do now, it will record this information as a credit score, and now I can use this variable. So I can say, let's find that action. That action would be
bottom right.
Where is it?
You got set answer bottom right. You
Here
got
we
it.
go.
There
Set
we go.
So we have custom fields. we can populate a form. So I can say I want to set it in the form, but in a custom field, we're going to set credit score. Here we go, and give it value, and the value would be our credit score.
And just in case people aren't kind of seeing what's going on here, we can take the response from the AI and save it as a variable, which then you could use in a bunch of different places in the software.
Yep. So you can extract a bunch of variables, and you can say, hey, I want to put this variable in custom field. I want to change the form, so you can actually populate form with data. For example, when someone uploads their bank credit driver's license, we can extract their name, their first name, surname, their address, date of birth, and any information that is available, and we can just populate it on the form. And we can do all this in automations. I do understand it might be confusing for some people, but we're here. We can actually do it for you. So if you require this kind of, this kind of functionality, it's all available.
And to be honest, guys, I mean, you really should take Dimitri up on that. I mean, I'm going away in like a week and a half. Dimitri's going to be all alone. So honestly, guys, if you want to go, book a time, like make the most of it. He gets a little bit lonely sometimes, don't you, Dimitri?
Yeah, absolutely. Can this only read HTML file from bank statements? Can actual statements? Yeah, it can read. Look, when someone uploads bank statements using like proper bank statements, it will actually read the entire bank statement. So, and you can tell them what to do. Like whatever is on the bank statement will be available to the engine, and it can extract information, and you can do whatever you want to do with this information. Finally, I have been waiting this for ages. It's available, and we are working tirelessly to make it even better. So this is just a beginning, but as you can see right now, it's a really flexible tool, so you can do a lot with it. What's coming next, it's going to be mind-blowing. So you have to please follow us and make sure that if you're not subscribed to our email list, for example, please do so. When we release new features to these tools, you'll be the first to know.
You know, it is kind of it is kind of cool though, Dimitri. I actually literally have today gone live on an application form that we've done for a client, and they know that this is beta, so this stuff is like, it's kind of a little bit of a pilot test, a little bit not, but they're doing automatic credit reports, but they aren't asking the questions in the form to get the stuff for the Equifax. They're actually just saying, hey, upload either your driver's license or your passport, and then we're actually pre-populating the Equifax task with that data, and then automatically asking for the report. So the client's not giving their driver's license number or their address or anything like that. We're just taking it automatically. Guys, we're getting really close for this to be something that's like proper, like ready for you guys to froth over.
Yeah. Look, I reckon in 6 months, 12 months, this kind of workflows will become mainstream. Like, it's so easy. Obviously, there are some hesitations from clients to upload bank statements to upload their driver's license, but more and more people have no issues with that. They kind of understand, or they get accustomed to this kind of requirement because everyone's asking for it. And if they want to get loan and they want to get it, without any issues, they're happy to upload documents. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to test this new automation that I've created, or that I've reconfigured, if you like. I'm going to upload another credit report. So I'm going to add a new credit report. With Mystro, if you want to add documents to your document checklist, you can do it very easily at any point of time. So you don't have to create new application, for example, just to get, another credit report or another document. For example, in ID, I might want to ask for a passport. So I'm going to say, yeah, give me a passport. Obviously, the status is not collecting because we are still working on the checklist. We're adding data, we're adding documents to it. And when we're ready, we can just click request, and it will send them follow-up email and follow-up SMS, so they can click on the link and upload documents that we require. In this case, I'm just going to upload credit report here. So let me select it. And now we've uploaded credit report. So Mystro will do its thing. It will analyze the document. It will extract information again. And so obviously it will run that automation, and let's see what happens. Now, the data extraction and analysis is happening periodically, so it's not real time. It takes about 30 seconds before it kicks in. The reason for that is because we put every kind of this request in a queue, because we have a lot of documents that needs to go through that process, and we need to make sure that we have processes from a technical and architectural standpoint that can handle these requirements. But it will start shortly. So here we go. Now it's analyzing, as you can see. Let me just, whoops, what have I done? Here we go. So it's analyzing, and in a second, it will classify the document as Equifax. So as you can see, classification is nothing because we don't know if client uploaded the right document or not. So in a second, the engine will tell us whether it's a correct document or not. And now it's Equifax and it's pass. If I click on pass, it actually tell me how it validated it. Now, the rules for validation are also customizable. So you can actually customize the rules yourself. So you can, if you want to validate specific documents, or if you want to look for specific things in a document in order to validate it or pass it, then you can actually specify it. So, for example, with credit report, I could say that credit report has to be Equifax, or credit report has to be Ilion, or like whatever the rules are, you can control it. So it's all controllable by you. Now the document has validated and renamed, obviously. And if we go to summary, here we go, credit score 760.
Ooh, here we go. Isn't it nice when it works exactly the way that it's meant to?
Exactly, and it's easy, it's really easy. Like, it's not rocket science. We don't have to be developers. We don't have to have special skills. All you need to do, if you want to do it yourself, obviously, you need to understand automations, like how automations are triggered. That's pretty much it. Once you understand how they triggered, it's all done, but they triggered automatically. So even understanding how automations are triggered it's piece easy.
Oh, and it's only getting easier. And like here's the crazy thing, right? Like, is it actually that much better presenting this kind of information in front of you rather than going into the document and looking for it? It's like, for me, I look at Dimitri and go, oh, great. A nice snapshot. Very clear, very easy to get my head around what's going on. I don't have to go fishing for something. You could have whatever field, whatever data you want on this front screen, right, Dimitri? You can customize this however you want.
Yeah, that's right. So you can surface any information that you want, like anything, and extract it from information available on file. So whether it's credit reports, whether it's a bank statements, pay slips. In one of our previous demos, we did kind of demonstrated how you can extract information from payslip. Exactly the same process, nothing different. You run automation, you specify what is the trigger, like document classification. So for example, in payslip, the trigger would be payslip. And as soon as someone uploads a payslip, we'll do validation, and you can validate whether whether the employer name on payslip it matches to what they said on their form, for example. Or you can say, you can extract their payment information or payroll information, like was their monthly payroll and was their superannuation. So all these things can be extracted, can be used within your workflows. Now, I have a question here from Megan. So this will be good for us for completing forms as well. I'm not sure if I understand this question correctly.
I do, Dimitri. So yes, we are heading in the right direction for clients being able to upload information, or to be honest, even internally, anyone uploading something and then us taking the data from that document and applying it to a form, to another document, to a lead, to whatever you want it to be. So we're getting very, very close. And like Dimitri said, like this stuff is going to be mainstream in 6 to 12 months based on how quickly it's growing. And frankly, I think I've had a chat to a number of different people. We'll be looking at doing pilot tests with a number of different Mystro users, probably January. So it's this thing is getting very, very close to become incredibly useful in your business.
Yeah. Okay, look, we have some time. Well, we don't have time, but I just want to show you something crazy, because usually I like to do something weird with automations.
Hang on. Are you going off script a little bit, Dimitri?
A little bit. Look, there was no script to begin with. But
no, that's fair.
Let's do this. I'm going to show you something really, really cool. And this is something that we demonstrated in one of our previous streams. So we've got our credit score. And what we can do, and we can actually send email to client. Actually, let's send SMS. So we can send SMS and to client's number. So I can say, let's get their number. Phone. Oops. I think it's mobile phone. Okay. And we're going to select SMS provider. So the number will come from our number that we registered with Mystro. And in the body, we will say,
what are we going to say, Dimitri?
So that shouldn't be. So we're going to say custom number to mobile number. Okay, let's do mobile number. And here we will say, but before that, we're going to actually use AI to compile SMS message. How about that? So what we'll do, we'll say, let's compile SMS message. Create a short poem in roses red style, or something like that. And telling the customer their credit score. And let's just put a credit score in variable. Credit score. Here we go. Now we have SMS message, and we're going to send this message to a customer. So in body, I will say SMS message. Okay, very, very quickly. Let's test it. So obviously, I'm the customer, so I will receive SMS, and let's see what it says in SMS. So in order to trigger this SMS, again, we're going to upload a new credit report. Credit report. And I'm going to upload a sample credit report. And let's just wait for magic to happen. This just shows you that Mystro can be used pretty much for any scenario, whether you want to generate, whether you want to get AI to generate SMS or generate email, or maybe you want to type email yourself and just send it to a customer. There could be a case where, one of your kind of, value propositions to your customers could be, hey, provide your details, we'll give you free credit score, free credit check. So they do that. And as soon as you get the information, you can just send them SMS or send them email saying, hey, your credit score is that. Here we go. So it's really, really simple, but really, really cool. Let me just wait for SMS to arrive. And hopefully SMS will arrive shortly if I configured that correctly. Remember, guys, I'm doing it in live. So just give me a second. Let me check my SMSs very quickly. Nothing just yet. So let's click on our Equifax. Okay, so it's still waiting. So it will start executing. As I said, the automation will run as soon as document is qualified or identified as Equifax. So now document is identified and it passed. So it should run automation shortly. And shortly, I will receive SMS, hopefully, if I configured that correctly. And I'll show you what it looks like.
You are so impatient, Dimitri.
Well, I can see the status. You see the Equifax automation, the latest one is still waiting. So it's obviously compiling SMSs because I've instructed to come up with some kind of poem, and it will do it.
But you know what? I mean, oh, there we go. It's done.
Yeah, and here we go. That's the SMS that's received. Roses are red, violets are blue. Your credit score is great. 760. Woohoo! So here you go. How cool is that?
If anyone wants insight,
goes to show that, guys, you can do anything. Like, you have technology available to you that you can specify. You can do whatever you want to do with this technology. It can fit your workflow, so your business doesn't have to build around technology. Technology will fit into your business, and it will fit into your workflow. It will make your life easier, and that's the whole point behind Mystro. To make your life easier, to automate pretty much all of the processes and make sure that your customers are the winners. Okay,
and it very clearly shows what
when is workflows coming very, very shortly, so keep an eye on it. We are redefining the way we do workflows, and we'll make an announcement very soon.
In fact, I think I know who that is. It might be our friend Eric from SME Finance. We actually, I think, was it yesterday, Dimitri? Almost completely pivoted in the way that workflows works. And honestly, the flexibility that this change is going to have is just, I mean, you were dreaming about how good it's going to be, right, Dimitri? Was that what you were saying this morning? So
pretty much.
There might be a little bit of a delay in regards to that coming out, but oh my goodness, just watch this space, guys.
It's going to be nuts. It's going to be absolutely crazy, and it will change the way you look at technology, and it will change the way you actually use technology and look at automations. Because having workflows combined with powerful automations and AI, it's like crazy marriage. It's crazy. So guys, please follow us. Look out for announcements, for emails. What we're planning to do is, when we release this kind of technology and these kind of features, we're going to do it via live streams, and we're going to show you kind of a preview. And then Liam will run more deep dive sessions on Zoom, and maybe deep dive more into technology, how it's configured and how you can utilize it with some use cases, how you can use it for your business. But it's going to be really, really cool.
Got a lot of really good ideas for next year. I think, unfortunately, Dimitri, I've gotten a bit slack. And I think the craziness of what we've been going through as a business and then leading up to Christmas, I think January is going to be a really good reset. Just pump out 2025. What are we going to do? Let's make it happen. I think it's going to be sweet.
Absolutely.
No, sorry.
No. You go.
You know what? I was going to make a really stupid joke. Just forget it. Leave me out of it.
Okay, no worries. So, 3:48. It's time to wrap it up. I was hoping to do it in 30 minutes. We went for 48 minutes. So that's fine. And looks like a lot of people still with us. So thank you very much, guys. We'll let you go, and we'll see you next week.
See you later, guys.
Bye.